Hello, everyone. This is San, and you're listening to the Chillify Podcast. We've already passed July, which means over half of 2022 is gone. Looking back at the past 6 months, what have you observed about your own life? Perhaps many of you have started new jobs, embraced opportunities for self-development, met new people, fallen in love, or even made significant life decisions like starting your own business. Maybe the last 6 months brought many changes, or perhaps nothing at all. Many of you might look back at this period and find nothing new, no changes whatsoever. Maybe even a book you planned to read at the beginning of the year remains unfinished. Life just keeps passing by day after day, and you feel nothing but a daily dullness, no enthusiasm, no desire to start anything new. You're still stuck in the same old routine, waking up late for work, always 5 to 10 minutes behind, constantly getting reminded by your boss. After work, you're on the familiar jammed roads, then grab a random bite, wander around, and finally crash in bed at 1 a.m. Life just drifts by like that, and you yourself feel like it's not right, but you don't know where to start with what you have. From my observations, people's lifestyles differ significantly, leading to very different personalities and environments. Their spirits, their ways of thinking, their perspectives are also vastly different. Someone who always lives life to the fullest is different from someone who lives somewhat half-heartedly. We know we cherish this life, we always seize every opportunity we get, and we give our all living life fully. We constantly seek new things to experience, setting goals for ourselves, always having a destination in life. But someone who is half-hearted is a bit different. They might say, "I don't care much about this life. I just need to exist, I'm not truly living." Although they see others and wish for a successful life like theirs, they desire more, they want to be more comfortable, yet honestly, throughout these days, I find myself somewhat half-hearted about my own life and everything I have. This isn't hard to recognize. First, you can look at yourself. Are you in good health? Do you have a good spirit every day? Are your meals delicious, and do you get good sleep every night? Do we feel that we have wonderful things and deserve a better life, or are you going through days with a disheartened spirit, irregular eating habits, and not truly enjoying the food you have, simply eating just to avoid hunger? And in your relationships, you might feel there are no truly deep connections, everything feels superficial. You might meet old friends after a long time, but there isn't much to talk about or share. Sometimes it's just about taking a picture together to post online with a casual caption like, "Hey, we're hanging out. Where are you? Join us," without any real emotional connection. Or at work, we don't want to give our best, we just want everything to be easy. Sometimes we even want to give up entirely and quit. If only this life were more inspiring, perhaps I would live it to the fullest, wouldn't I? There will be a huge difference when our mindset changes. 90s kids like myself will surely understand this if you've experienced enough. We belong to a generation of change, from the 1990s into the 2000s, and now it's 2022. Over these years, our country has seen immense development and transformation. In the past, our grandparents, parents, and older generations seemed to crave life more. During wartime, people desired nothing more than simply to live in an independent, free, and happy life. But today, it's different. People no longer have that intense longing for life, because it seems they haven't yet grasped its value. Everything has been so peaceful since birth, everything seems readily available, and perhaps they haven't understood how many sacrifices were made to achieve the peace we have today. This might sound a bit grand, but I observe many young people today are very prone to laziness, indifference, and easily taking life for granted, perhaps because they've had many things readily available to them, leading to a sense of complacency. A common mindset among young people now is that they don't know what they like, what to do, or what they want. They don't know what they're striving for or what goals they're working towards. That's why they sometimes live half-heartedly. And even if they feel it themselves, they deeply crave meaningful relationships. They want recognition at work. They aspire to win big awards. They want to make significant contributions. I understand that you have a lot of energy and are very capable. But if you lack strong will, unwavering belief, and a fierce determination to live and work to the fullest, it will be very difficult to achieve the things you desire for yourselves. When I recorded this, I still wanted to convey to all young people that I understand your mentality in this era, in these years, when technology develops faster, everything moves much quicker. Books can't keep up with the information available online. it's so easy to find everything. Everything is readily available, so we lack a bit of patience, a bit of wholeheartedness, and dedication. San doesn't mean to say that everyone is like this, but this is a generational difference, and I observe that many of them are unique and different. They pursue their passions wholeheartedly. Yet, there are also some who are quite indifferent to their current lives and the opportunities they have. What San wants to tell you here is that if we don't live life to the fullest, we will miss out on opportunities, and we will miss out on a truly worthwhile life. If currently things are not as you wish, if they're a bit ordinary, a bit dull, then this is a sign for change. Sometimes you don't see the fulfillment in your way of life. But if you look deeper and accept what you're lacking and what you need, perhaps it will change your life even more. Recently, San posted some short clips with themes like "still young, still struggling," and they received a very enthusiastic response from you all. San also truly enjoys creating such content, providing motivation. But on another note, San also wants to share with you the reality and what I've observed. Because sometimes we hear a lot, but we don't actually act on it, we don't truly put in the effort to change. We know we need to be diligent, strive, and work hard, but sometimes we think in another direction. I need to enjoy myself, I need to be more comfortable, I need to satisfy my desires and hobbies. San doesn't want to force you to strive and live life to the fullest. Of course, I wish that for you, but I won't compel you, because it's your choice. And whatever you choose, that's the kind of life you'll get. I feel that those who live life to the fullest and always cherish everything they have, life always brings them wonderful gifts. And I myself have received gifts from life, growing significantly in recent months through my efforts and hard work. In fact, looking back now, over the past year or 6 months, my goals are gradually being achieved, my future is expanding, and I cherish my life more and more. I continuously take it more seriously. I tirelessly live and work to the fullest with the opportunities I have. And I know that if I live with this mindset in the time to come, I will surely receive gifts from the universe's spiritual energy, if you will. I personally believe in karma. So, if you choose to live a superficial life, if we treat people indifferently every day, if we say one thing and do another, if we don't keep our promises, if we don't care about each other, yet we crave sincerity and care from others, that's a great contradiction. What we do, how we live, our attitude towards everything happening around us will determine everything that comes to you. So, if we want something, perhaps we should change to live in alignment with that, to live according to what you truly desire. So now, we need to be honest with ourselves. Have I tried my best? Have I put in my utmost effort? Do I truly love this life? And am I being indifferent to everything? Am I being too easy on myself? Am I taking my relationships for granted, underestimating current opportunities, and not cherishing this life? We need to be a little honest with ourselves to review everything and reorganize. Even though more than half a year has passed, we still have the last 6 months to change and reflect before the year ends, and we sit sadly, realizing that after a whole year, we haven't grown, we're still childish, and we haven't achieved what we wanted. Perhaps now is the time we truly need to sit down and reflect. Time continues to pass regardless of your decisions. What you do every day is sowing the seeds that will bear the fruits of your future. So, San thinks you'll be very lucky if right now you wake up and reflect a little. This is like a wake-up call, a reminder that time passes very quickly. We've already passed more than half of 2022, there are only 6 more months left. Life just keeps going by like that. I myself am now 27, 28 years old. I never thought time could fly by so fast. And if I look back at myself 10 years ago and knew that through those efforts and struggles, I would have what I have today, I would definitely have to thank my past self for striving, working hard, and living life to the fullest. And if you ask me for the secret to having the life you want and becoming a better version of yourself, perhaps it's simply to start doing it, to live and work to the fullest with everything you have at your disposal. If you want to exercise, find workouts online. You don't necessarily have to spend a fortune hiring a personal trainer. You can also run. If you're planning to lose weight, pay more attention to your daily diet. Make an effort to wake up early, cook a little, dedicate time to reading, researching, and learning more about your specialty, about what you're studying and doing. Don't wait for someone to remind you to live your own life. Never wait for that, because only you can change this life. Everyone else is busy with their own lives, and if you want to change, If you want to make a difference, you must put in the effort and be proactive in your own life. Surely, you don't want to reach 35 or 40 years old and still be struggling and immature, right? We definitely want to be financially stable and mature in our thoughts by our 30s and 40s. These things don't happen naturally. And if we live each day with a very indifferent mindset, taking everything lightly, how can we possibly become a wonderful version of ourselves? So, if you're listening to this podcast, San believes now is the time for you to change. San wants you to have a happy life and to be satisfied with yourselves for what you're doing. I don't want to see you sad or going through lonely, disheartening days with no one to share with. I truly hope you have more reasons to love this life, and it starts with you, with a change in your mindset. Start today. Truly live life to the fullest with everything you have, and wonderful gifts will come to you soon. Thank you for listening to San's podcast today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to subscribe to the Chillify Podcast YouTube channel for upcoming episodes. Thank you all very much. Goodbye and see you again.